Oh You Thought Podcast, the place where you get a heavy dose of positivity, sarcasm, knowledge, and ratchetness. Enjoy the show. What up, world, beautiful people? It's your girl Fallon, and that's right, I'm back on the mic, getting ready to give y'all some bars for your life. And so, yeah, I was able to actually decide on a verse from a Texas rapper, in this case from a Texas rap duo, an iconic song. So let's go. I got a 64 Chevy in my yard, a white drop top, pearl paint, job is hard, white plush insides, nothing rolls, it's fresh, trouble gold, double A, Dayton's is the best. I got them 16 switches like Dre, cause where I'm from, nigga, that's where everybody play. UGK1 on my motherfucking plates, cause trill ass niggas don't never roll fake. I'm about to hit golf way, just past Troy's, I'm dipping about myself, I'm about to call up my boys. I pass up the car wash, see some bitches looking fine. I hit the corner one more time to see the boot from behind. Got to the corner, hit the switch and made it jump. I got them JVCs and the gig is so it bump. I know you hoe ass niggas wanna ride, bitch. I got the front, back, and side, daddy. Ayy. So the song that I selected this week for episode 22, it comes from one of the best rap duos ever to hold it down from the state of Texas, from UGK. I did the Pimp C verse from front, back, side to side. R.I.P. Pimp C. And it's just such a great way to start a song. And so yeah, I was at work, bored, listening to music, and I was like, let me actually go through UGK and see what song I can actually do. And so I came up with that song. So yeah, next week you may get a verse, next week you may not get a verse. Like, I'm just, I'm over here gambling, like just roll with it. Oh, you thought that Justin Bieber wouldn't cancel his world tour to rededicate his life to the Lord.
Yes.
Jesus, praise the Lord.
Yes, God.
Hallelujah, God.
Yes.
We don't want no devils in the house, God.
Yes,
we
Lord.
want the Lord.
Yes, Jesus.
Now, this is a serious thing when you talk about your beliefs and religion and what you're willing to do for your relationship, your personal relationship with God. And so when I saw this trending on Twitter, I just didn't understand why so many people were getting the jokes off. I just couldn't understand why people didn't take this as a serious thing. And there again, I feel like it's almost kind of like a catch-22 thing with being a religious person. I feel like, of course, the other religious people that you gather with or share your same beliefs, like, cool, you have your beliefs, but then you have the other side of the coin where people want to shame you and laugh at you for believing in something that you cannot see as far as God. And so that's where your faith comes in, not to just get all preachy, but I definitely commend Justin Bieber for doing this. Like, it takes a lot for you to say, you know what, I got 14 more dates coming up, but it's just not worth it. Like, I want to spend the time to get closer to God. And some like the the headline of the story is a rededication. So it's not like he didn't believe in God. He just lost his way. And sometimes we all lose our way, and sometimes we waver from going to church or reading the word or praying or whatever involves your setup as far as your beliefs. And so, like I said, I don't have anything funny to say about this. I don't think it's a funny thing. I think it's a serious thing. I think it's just something not to play with. And like I said, I don't want to get too preachy on what I believe and all this stuff, but for the people laughing at him, shame on you, because it's like, it costs you nothing to believe in God, and God already loves you, so why make fun of people because of their beliefs? Marinate on that. Oh, you thought that the end of the world was not coming in our lifetime. But the way things are going, you just never know. Jesus could come back tonight. And I say that because, there again, you're a religious person, or you're just one of these people that deals with different theories in life, mark of the beast. You might know where I'm going with this. Putting chips in humans, mark of the beast. So, a company is saying, hold on just a second, we got this. Just when you thought things couldn't get crazier, they really can. We're going to put microchips in our employees. And the reason why we're going to put these microchips in our employees is because we want them to be able to access the building. And number 2, to buy snacks. You just use your hand to get some snacks. Like, bruh, I am so good on that. I am so good on you putting a chip in me to get some motherfucking snacks. Like, I just can't. Like, how pathetic is that? And for those of the people that actually go for that shit, shame on you as well. Like, you can't. It's just no way you can be that gullible and think that you have to do this in order to keep your job. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, when I saw the story, I was like, okay, so here's the 1 to 2 stories that we hear a year about microchips and stuff being put into humans. So yeah, here we go. But no, if I had a job and it came down to put this microchip in your hand or be unemployed, deuces, I'm going to pack up my things and go live with my mama, and I'm going to figure it out without the chip in my body. Like, you're just not going to do me like that. So I'm definitely don't plan on spending any energy trying to figure out if these people are doing it. That's their life. I'm going to worry about my salvation and my family and friends, because that's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's all I have for Oh You Thought moments, but let's just jump on into episode 22. Again, my name is Fallon, and I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, one of the best cities in the world. And yeah, it's Thursday when I normally record my podcast. And so you'll get this tomorrow or late tonight whenever I feel like uploading it. And so this week has actually gone by pretty fast, which is great. This month has gone by pretty fast, which is great. So that means like next week we'll be into August, and hopefully by next week I'll know when I'm going to be laid off and all that great stuff. And so nothing really special going on with my week. I'm still not watching like a lot of TV. And so I come home, I try to exercise, I work on podcast stuff, and try to wind down a little bit and research different things, do applications, and just try to decompress, right? So nothing too crazy, not doing any kind of fun events this weekend. I am off tomorrow, but nothing crazy is going on. Still trying to get my car fixed, just trying to make the final decision of who I want to fix my car. Do I want to spend the bread and all that wonderful stuff? Because it's so hot in Texas that, yeah, some of y'all are getting ready to go into fall where it gets a tad bit cooler. Not in Texas. We don't even have like a true winter here in Houston. And so I have to get the AC fixed somehow, some way in the car. So that's kind of like my main goal. So yeah, I have a lot of good things I want to talk about this episode, But you know me, y'all. Like, I want to bring positivity. I want to bring happiness. I want to bring funny moments, silly moments. I want to bring you realness. And I hope that y'all really enjoyed the episode from last week where I just really expanded on basically the Michael Vick comments and just kind of went on a long tangent on my beliefs and how I feel about Colin Kaepernick and just this fight that he's on. So if you haven't listened to that episode, go ahead and get your life together and go listen to that episode, please. It's one of my favorite episodes that I've done so far this year. A positive mind equals a positive life. When you let go of all the negativity, that is the ultimate glow up. It's time for the positivity moment of the show. Positivity moment of the show. I should just somehow like rename this like Sprinkle of Jesus moment, because I feel like every week I get something from Sprinkle of Jesus. And so I have a quote from Sprinkle of Jesus, and then I want to tap into apologizing, because I feel like it's going to connect to, you know, just wellness, the things I talk about as far as like your best place and all those positive things I've been talking about this year. And so let me just go ahead and jump to the quote from Sprinkle of Jesus. There again, anybody listening works for Sprinkle of Jesus and you're the plug, you know, I would love to work for Sprinkle of Jesus. It says, don't be hard on yourself if you don't see the results right away. Things will manifest at the right time. Your hard work will pay off. And this statement is true for a lot of people that I know. It's true for myself as far as work life, health life, podcast life, love life, like just everything that you work towards in life. Like for me personally, I set these goals, and sometimes, I have my moments where I'm a little bit disappointed because things aren't lining up the way I think they're supposed to go. But there again, someone else is in control. And so, you just still have to keep working hard and work towards your goals and just never give up. And so that's where I am basically with everything in my life as far as like trying to lose weight. Like, I can come and feel aggravated when I get on the scale because I'm like, I'm doing XYZ. I feel like I'm halfway eating like a baby bird as far as like my carb intake. And so insulin is just a booger bear, as my granny used to say. And so so it's like things like that. We all have our disappointments, but it's just how you just fight through it and just know that your hard work is going to pay off. So with that, like, what are you trying to manifest in your life? What are you trying to make happen in your life? What are you doing to work towards making that happen in your life? Are you just saying, oh, I want to be a millionaire, and just sitting on your butt expecting the money to just fall at your lap? What are you actively doing to be a millionaire, for example? Like for me, like I can always revert back to me wanting to have this podcast and this dream. It started like, it'll probably be close coming on a year and a half or a little bit more than a year and a half of when I really decided that I wanted to do a podcast. And so I put a plan together. I tried to find options as far as like a co-host, and I didn't get discouraged when the person that I thought was going to be my initial co-host, he couldn't do it. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. And so I'm content with just doing it by myself, and I'm content with my best friend popping in whenever he wants to pop in. And so I'm fine with that. And so I have this long plan of what I wanted to do to get this podcast going. I did all my research as far as how to get it going, what it means to have X amount of numbers, and the things that are important to me that I want to do to make this podcast grow. And so I've done everything from the ground up myself with this podcast, like every single thing. So every week I do everything. And so that's how I made it become a reality. I did the work. And so make sure you do the work for whatever goals you're trying to complete for 2017. Don't give up. Yes, we're in July and time is going by fast, but just never give up. And so when you have these goals, why are you so hard on yourself? If you know you're doing the right thing, why are you hard on yourself? Is it because you see other people popping in these streets? Like for me, is it because you see other people popping with their podcasts? Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm in competition with myself. I check my numbers. I'm in competition with myself. Like, I just have a goal. Like, I want to be like the Friend Zone podcast. I want to be like the Read. I want to be popular like the podcasts that I love to listen to. The Joe Budden podcast. Like, I want to be like that, but I know, like, what? I started this late April, 3 months in. Like, no, I know I have to take baby steps, so I can't feel any type of way. But sometimes I do feel some type of way when I see people get into the money. I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? I'm working hard. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know, like, what am I missing? It's just like, it's just not your season, girl. And like, you gotta just be able to just throw that off your shoulder and just keep working. Put your head down and keep working and stay focused on your own plate until your plate is just running over. Like, that's the best advice I can give you when you're feeling some type of way about your situation. Like, just stay positive, keep putting in the work, because no matter if you start at 30 and it takes you until you're 65 to get where you want to get, it was because that was the time for you. Everyone can't pop off at the same time. So I always talk about, you know, taking stuff off your plate and not holding on to grudges and forgiving people. And so in this segment, I wanted to tap into something that I saw on Tumblr, I believe, and it talked about the right way to apologize. And I know some people probably going to get in their feelings because they're going to be like, why are people always trying to tell me what to do, how to do it? Let me be me. Let me just apologize the way that I want to apologize. And, you know, I wouldn't bring this topic up if I didn't feel like I was getting ready to give y'all some nice little jewels in order to maybe apologize, because some people do struggle with being able to say I'm sorry or taking ownership on the stuff that they do. And so it's no shame in that, but you just always need to grow in life. And so that's what my positivity is all about, like growth. And so what is the best way to apologize? Number one, don't apologize for someone else's feelings. And this is the number one, like, pet peeve I have as far as apologies. And basically, it's the whole, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that you feel like I hurt your feelings. Like, you're basically giving them a halfway apology because you don't want to take ownership of your crap. Like, I always say this too. The way you feel is valid. Your feelings are valid. And so if someone in your circle says that, hey, Fallon, you hurt me because of XYZ, like, don't apologize if you don't agree or if you're not at that point. Let it simmer. Think about it, because you just want the apology to be genuine. You don't want to just apologize just to apologize. Like, that's corny to me. Like, if you're a grown person operating in this world, you should be able to take ownership of your stuff. Number two, do apologize for your actions and your attitude. You know, that way the person actually knows that you understand what you did wrong. And, you know, I can easily bring up examples between me and my best friend. Like, me and my best friend, we really don't argue a lot. I can probably count on one hand the times we really have had real beef, or I wouldn't even call it real beef because we get over it, but we were mad at each other or I was mad at him. And so for me, I can be very stubborn, but I always, like, even if I don't want to say I'm sorry, like, I know I did something wrong. And 9 times out of 10, I know what I did. And let's say, I think it was one example where he was mad at me and I really had no clue what I did wrong. And so I asked him, so why are you mad at me? He told me why he was mad at me. I didn't apologize right there on the spot. I thought about it. I took it in. And then I came back to him when I was really ready to apologize. And I just feel like that's how the exchange should work when you apologize to someone. You don't just apologize just to smooth things over. Like, especially if these people are your family, your friend, you should be able to live in your truth and take ownership. Number 3, don't attach an excuse to the apologies. Like, it just means that you're really not sorry for what you did. That's like saying, I'm sorry for lying to you, but I really didn't want to hurt your feelings, like, because I know how you feel about topic XYZ. That's not an apology, people. Also, when you're apologizing, ask for forgiveness. So that way you give your exchange, you ask for forgiveness when you're apologizing, and then you get something back in return to just settle the books, basically. And if your friend or whoever says, you know what, I need a little more time, you have to give them that, because especially if you really hurt someone, you got to let them get over it, and you got to give people space. So anytime that you do something wrong, like, just make the attempt to repair the situation and apply action. I'm big on action in life. Like, if you out here saying you sorry, but you keep doing the same stuff over and over again, let's say like in a romantic relationship, like you keep lying all the time, I keep catching you in a lie, you say you're not gonna do it anymore, but here we are back at square one and you're lying again. Like, action. Like, prove to me, you know? So yeah, I really think, like, really good tips on how to apologize. And if you're a person that can be somewhat stubborn, like, get over yourself. You don't want to lose friends and family members because you don't want to get out of your own way. Like, just get over it. What's poppin'? So, you know, the pop culture streets, a little bit quiet this week. Not a lot of mess going on, but there's some topics that I do want to talk about. First up on the docket, I want to talk about Girls Trip. I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully, I'll get to see it this weekend. It brought in $30.4 million its first weekend out. It's the largest opening for a comedy this year, so salute to all those ladies, and I can't wait to see the movie. I heard nothing but phenomenal, great things about the movie, so I'm definitely ready to go see the movie this weekend. Tiffany Haddish, she has her own stand-up comedy special coming to Showtime, so I'm definitely ready to see that, because she's so funny to me. Like, and it just seems so natural. Like, she is so funny, and so it's well deserved. And another female comedian, but she's more in the excuse me, the social media streets, is Jasmine Brown, aka Turn Up Toya. And I just love her videos. Like, she is so real and funny to me, and she talks about a lot of topics that females go through, and it's just like, yes, girl, yes, like, speak the truth, right? And so she's landed a job with BT, and she's going to be on the new show from 50 Cent, his new little variety show he's doing, late night show. So she's gonna be on that. So I'm definitely excited for her. Definitely excited to see her glow up. And so yeah, so if you don't know who she is, look her up on Facebook, Instagram. I promise you, like, she is so funny. So we gotta talk about a few of my TV shows that I'm actually watching in real time. First up, my favorite show, Insecure. And I'm so excited that it's back for season 2. I watched season 1 over again to prep for the premiere on Sunday. And so it didn't disappoint. It was good from start to finish. And of course, like, if you like that Issa and Lawrence were together, of course you just can't assume that they're going to hop back in and be together in season 2. But I'm still not vibing with him being with, I think her name is Tasha, the girl that worked at the bank. Like, I'm not really with that. Like, I just feel like most dudes, like, when they have, I'm not saying like she's not a good female or whatever, but my problem with Tasha is this. She knew that Lawrence had a girlfriend, but she still was pushing up on Lawrence. So that's why she gets a few knocks from me, right? And this is just hear me out. And so when you have a good girl like Issa, what you think is a good girl before she cheated and everything, she was holding you down, blah, blah, blah. Most guys, they turn to a female like Tasha, who's just willing and able to just give you whatever you need. And I feel like that I don't see Tasha being a girlfriend for Lawrence. He might do it just for a little bit, just to kind of prove his boys wrong, or his particular friend, that she's not just a booty call, that she means something. Or like I said, like, it might just be a booty call. And my prediction, I don't see Issa and Lawrence getting back together this season. I feel like they're going to have moments, but I don't feel like they're going to get back together. I feel like they're going to drag it out as long as possible, or they might just really go their separate ways. And I want them together. I like them together. And Issa, she's back to her same old stuff, like her crazy one-off raps. And we start the show with her going on these horrible dates with guys that she's meeting off of these different dating apps. And one of my favorite people in the podcasting world, Dustin Ross from The Friend Zone, he's on the show, and he's one of the people that she goes on a date with. I think he's like the very first one that they show. He's bald headed and has like really like sleepy eyes. He's really cute. He's on there. He's so dope. So I was very excited to see him on the show. And the show is just so funny to me. Clever and funny. Like, the comedy, it just falls in the right places. And yeah, I'm definitely ready for this season. We see that her best friend, they're friends again. She's going to therapy. And so I'm definitely keeping my eye on that to see how that turns out. So I just wish it was like an hour, because I feel like 30 minutes is not enough. Like, once we start getting to the meat of everything, it's over. And then I'm sad. And the music is so good on the show as well. Like, it's just, everything is just spot on. The little things you have to catch, like as far as the clothing that she's wearing, or different posters, like, you have to really have a good eye for different stuff that they're, popping out in the show. So if you're not watching Insecure, watch it. Start from season 1, then get your life together. My other show, Power. And I'm just going to say this. I'm still mad at Angela, because you still should know your man or your side man or whatever. You should know that Ghost would never try or would never kill a cop. And it took you to listen to Proctor, to go back and look at the tape, to even start at the tape, which I don't know why none of them looked at the tape. And thankfully, the other little man that actually killed Greg didn't find the tapes, because we probably never would have had it. And so Power was really crazy. So much going on in this episode, from Angela discovering that Ghost never had the gun, to Ghost testifying in his case to get all his money and stuff back, and Tyrique being a badass kid, to club being shut down, Lala's place being shut down, money being froze. Like, everything is crazy. And so we just think like it's not gonna get better for Ghost. All this stuff, because like I was just like, why did she come see Ghost, Angela, having this information, knowing that he didn't have the gun, but she come in there again trying to work a deal? And I just don't understand what angle she was rocking with. And so that, and then when he killed Charlie Murphy, I was just like, at first, like when I first saw the scene, I was like, oh no, this is not real. Like, he's thinking in his head what he wants to do, but he's going to be strong. He's going to hang on. Like, he's not going to do this. He's not going to smash this man's head in with a weight. But he did that. I was just like, wow. Like, they really took a turn. And then you got Tommy's dad, which I'm thinking that's Tommy's dad, comes in with somebody else. And the person that I'm assuming he was bringing in there to kill Ghost or finish the job of killing Ghost, they changed their plan. And it's just like, this is so effing crazy. And it's just like, how is Ghost going to get out of killing a correctional officer? How? But he does. Angela gets up on that stand and she testifies on one of his cases or something. And he is automatically being processed to be released back into the world. And it's about to be on and popping, because there's so much stuff that he has to take care of. So much money to be made to pay all these people that he has all these promises to. He has to find Tommy, because Tommy dipped off to Chicago. So it's Tommy coming back, because I think he's going to disappear, because why would he give away his phone? He doesn't want to be found. What is going on with Tommy? So I'm definitely ready to see the new episode this coming Sunday. So if you're not watching Power, watch Power. Another show that I've been watching, like I'm going back and starting from the beginning as far as like on Netflix. I've been binge watching Friday Night Lights. And you know, if you're a J. Cole fan, you know also it's the title of one of his classic mixtapes. And so yeah, been watching that. Such a good storyline. I don't know what's wrong with a lot of these young kids. They be doing too much and doing the most. But it's a lot of drama. Very, very good show. So I've been watching that. What else are y'all watching? What other TV shows should I be watching? I feel like I've gone away a little bit from reality TV. I'm not even keeping up with Married at First Sight. Like, I'm really not keeping up with anything reality TV wise. And what I watch Queen Sugar, but I'm not up to date for this week. So what else are you watching? Let me know. Email me, OhYouThoughtFallon@gmail.com. So Kim and Kanye, if you watch their reality TV show or the Kardashians reality TV show, you know that Kim has been going through the process of either A, trying to have a baby on her own, or getting someone to carry the child. And so I guess they went with option B. And so the surrogate is actually pregnant. I think she's like 3 or 4 months pregnant. And so they have a new baby on the way. So congratulations to Kim and Kanye on that. Because yeah, I can only imagine the struggle of wanting to grow your family and it being dangerous for you to have another baby. So yeah, on the ratchet side of things, I saw this one day on Instagram, I believe, and it was a post. And on this post, it had different wigs, right? Different lace front wigs. And it wasn't for females, y'all. It was not for females. Stay with it. It was for men. And it had different styles, from braids to fades to taper fades to a boosie fade. Like everything that a dude could possibly want to put in his catalog as far as hair, they had it. So, ladies, is this a deal breaker for you? If your man came home or let you know that, hey, babe, I'm getting this lace front wig because I want to be versatile. Or your man could be bald and he wants to have hair. This is a deal breaker. For me, like, I feel like, ladies, we can't be out here wearing weave and wigs ourselves and wanting our men to love us for who we are under the weave and the wigs. Let these men glow up. Let them glow up. Like, I really don't see a problem with it. Like, especially if I can't tell you're wearing a wig, because, I mean, come on. Guys have been wearing toupees and stuff like that for years. Like, let these men glow up, ladies. Like, I don't have a problem. If my dude came home and said that, hey, I want to change up my hairstyle for a little bit, so I'm about to hop on this wig game, I'm gonna be like, do you, boo? Let's go pick it out together, because I want you looking right in these streets, because at the end of the day, you're representing me as well in these streets. If people know we together, so you gotta look right, boo. So yeah, that's how I would take that. Like, so with that question of if a lace front for men would be a deal breaker, what are your deal breakers in general when dealing in the dating world or dealing with your boo? Like, what are your deal breakers? And just for me, just to be open and honest, like, I'm not one of these females that has like this long checklist of things that a man has to have. So with that, my deal breakers are pretty simple. And excuse me, y'all, I don't know what it is in my apartment. When I came in from work this afternoon, like, it just had like a strong like paint smell. And so I thought, okay, they finally came in here and fixed the leak that I had in my roof, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, they came and they painted the ceiling. No, but it smells and it's really strong, and I'm getting a little weak, people. So hopefully I won't pass out on the mic, and hopefully I'm just tripping and my sugar's low. But I don't know, I'm one of those people, I'm just like paranoid and I worry a lot. Like, is that carbon monoxide? Like, what is that? But deal breakers for me. Number one is bad hygiene, and that can come from a smelly body, a smelly mouth. I love for my dude to smell good. I like for my dude to wear cologne. Not a lot of cologne, just enough so when I hug on you, I never want to let you go. Like, that's my vibe. Like, my dude needs to smell good. That's a deal breaker if you smell. Deal breaker for me at this point is you're not about God, or you throw salt on my beliefs. I'm not saying we have to go to church together, but I would love to be with someone where we share the same church home. But I understand, like, people are funny about churches, and so I love my church, so I would love to find someone that loves his church. And so that's a deal breaker for me. Like, everything else, like, I'm not looking for, it's not like a deal breaker if a dude doesn't have a lot of money. And just hear me out on this. With the way things are going, especially like with me, I'm 35 and I'm getting ready to be laid off. So I'm about to be looking for a job again, where I'm thinking I'm on a job, getting ready to retire potentially, right? So I understand that things happen. But my thing is this: what are you doing to better your situation? And if I'm down for you, like, it's like, what are we doing to better each other? So I'm not a female that's like that. I've dealt with men that don't make a lot of money. I've dealt with men that don't have their own vehicle. So I've dealt with everything that most females, a lot of females wouldn't deal with, because I understand that things happen. But how do you treat me at the end of the day? Like, if you make me feel like $1 million, like, I don't care. Like, I can pay my own bills. And if we were married, we struggle through it together until you get to your best place. And that's just what it is. What else is a deal breaker for me? I'm not really fond of the guys that want to know everywhere, your every move. They want to know where you are at all times. Like, I'm not with that. Like, if you trust me, you trust me, and I trust you. I'm not the female that's gonna be like, where you at, boo? Why you not at home at 5 o'clock? Like, I've dealt with men that are like that. Like, took you a little bit longer to get home today. Where did you go? Nah, boo. We grown. We don't ask those kinds of questions. Like, I can understand sometimes, like, being concerned. Like, if we get into a pattern where I'm calling you every day when I get off at 4 o'clock. Every day. So I understand you get used to that, right? And let's say I don't call, or I call later, and you're like, hey, what's up? Like, I get that. But all that, like, why you ain't call me? Where you at? Who you with? Why I see that picture on Facebook? Who is he? You can't have any male friends. Like, boop, boop, boop. I cannot deal with that. Because there again, I'm at an age where I'm too grown. And I've been single for so many years, off and on. You can't smother me like that. So yeah, that's a deal breaker. Do you believe that your partner has to be equally yoked? That's a lot of people that say, hey, are y'all equally yoked? Like, what's going on? Like, for me, I feel like, yes, on the important things, you need to be on one accord. Like, for me, I want to deal with someone that wants to go to church. Like, if you have kids, you want to raise your kids in the church. Like, those kinds of things. Like, we need to be on the same accord. Need to be on the same accord about schooling, as far as, like, when you have kids and budgets. Like, you need to have the same mindset. I can't be with someone that just wants to spend and never save. Like, it's just stuff like that. Like, finances, church life for me. Music. Y'all know I'm a big music lover. I halfway say yes for music as well, but I'll never find anyone that matches up to my level like that. And so I think, like, you have to give and take certain things. Like, everybody's not gonna like Jay-Z. I'm dealing with someone that does not like Jay-Z, and it hurts my heart, but you give and take. And so, yeah, I definitely, when you're talking about marriage and stuff, someone you want to spend your life with, yeah, y'all need to be on the same accord, because that's just an easy way to get divorced. And when I get married, I'm doing it one time, people. You heard it here first on my podcast. When I get married, one and done. That's it. That's it. So, yeah, like, email me your thoughts on deal breakers, the wigs for men, and anything else you want to talk about. OhYouThoughtFallon@gmail.com. So, sports is still the same old shit going on. I think I tweeted out this week that I feel like the NBA is like watching a soap opera, and I haven't watched a soap opera in some months. I got back into Bold and the Beautiful, and I'm not even on that train anymore. So, all of these rumors, and you know where I'm going with this. Like, we pretty much gonna stay in Cleveland, so just settle in, kids. Like, allegedly, per Stephen A., LeBron wanted to whoop Kyrie's ass. And over what? Like, my thing is this, like, to all the people that keep saying, why does Kyrie want to leave? Have you ever been at a job where you just feel like you have hit the ceilings? Like, yeah, you're hitting your marks every single year. You're getting a raise every single year, but you want more. You want the work to mean more. Yeah, Kyrie has a guaranteed trip to the playoffs, whether they get another ring or not. He has a guaranteed trip there because he's in the East, right? But I can just tell that Kyrie wants more. He wants more. He wants to be a leader. And I said this last episode, he has enough time. He's young enough to where he can go to a team and let it build. Like, he's already won a ring, so now he's just trying to get the other accolades and, of course, get to another ring. And he has time to do that. And so, allegedly, Kyrie, he's disgusted with LeBron for leaking his choice to ask for a trade, which that is his God-given right. God-given right. So allegedly, all this stuff with Kyrie started from all the trade talks that was going on with the Cavs and Boston trying to work out a deal to get Jimmy Butler, Paul George, like all those teams that were involved with trying to make all these people move, right? And of course, like, how would you feel? Because you see all these people that can do your job coming, possibility of you going. Why not control your destiny to a certain degree? Same thing like how Trevor Ariza felt that one summer that he thought everything was good with the Rockets, and then, we're going to try to get rid of Ariza. And you could just see it, like, it was just totally different until we got rid of him. He did not care. And that's totally valid for him not to care. He earned that right. Like, these are real people. And you don't have to just stay with one team. You're not obligated. Derrick Rose, one of my favorite players. And I want to see him do good. I want him to be healthy. He just signed a 1-year deal for $2.1 million with Cleveland. So, of course, if you have a brain, you know if Rose is coming in. Even before Kyrie asked for a trade, you should know that Kyrie is going out the door. Like, that's done. It's just a matter of what team and what kind of package. Paul Gasol, he finally agreed to his new deal with the Spurs. So 3 years with the Spurs. And it's just like, that's the best option for him. Like, stay with a winning team. Like, the Spurs aren't totally bad, but they're in the West with everyone else. So how is that really going to flow? So yeah, still a lot of stuff going on with Cleveland. And so, yeah, we're going to see how that turns out for Mr. Kyrie. I really do wish him nothing but the best. I keep it real because I'm from the South Side. I plan to rep the South till the day that I die. That's so Houston. That's so Houston. That's so Houston. So we just made it past a very, very popular day in the city of Houston. And I love hearing about this day because it's such a beautiful gift that he's given it back to the community. And it's catered to the kids. I'm talking about Trey Day. And so now we see more and more celebrities outside of Houston that come here and participate in this day. Like I said, it's just a staple in the community, and it's something that's very much needed and very, very important to the city. And so with that, Trey Day going on where he's giving out scholarships, 75 scholarships in Houston. This is also the 10th anniversary of Trey Day. And so per Trey, like, the day is supposed to be all about faith and hope and bringing smiles to the kids' faces. And that's so important. Like, if you see pictures or videos of the event, like, you just see nothing but happy kids and happy people. And that's just important. And so also, along with him having Trey Day, he's also the first Houston rapper to get the keys to the city. Now, a lot of people are getting this confused with having like Trey Day or Slim Thug Day. He is actually the very first rapper to get the keys to the city. So kudos to him. Very well deserved, because he is definitely about the community, and I love stuff like that. Like, I'm always saying, like, if you got it, you need to bring it back to your community and just spread the love. Like, yeah, very important. So Trey Day. So if you don't know about that, look it up. And yeah, very, very positive day and event. Beyonce. I keep talking more and more about Beyonce, and I keep saying that I'm gonna have to go ahead and just fill out the application to be a part of the Beehive. And so yeah, on the lines of helping people out, she's very known for always helping out people in general, but she's always helping out the citizens in Houston. She has like a housing community right off 45 and 288. And she has donated $7 million to the homeless in Houston. And that's really, really dope. Like $7 million, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. August Alsina, he's going to be in town this week on the 29th at the House of Blues. I've been on the fence about going to see that, but it's just like, yeah, I like him as a singer, but I know the crowd is going to be really young, and I just rather stay at home. I'm struggling to talk today. Like, I really am weak right now. So I'm going to try to push through this show so I can just go lay down somewhere, because something is not right. After 7 and Stokely Williams of Mint Condition. Tomorrow they're going to be at the Arena Theater. I think it starts at like 7 or 8. But yeah, so that should be a really good show. And then like on the artsy side, Black Girl Magic Art Show and Market is happening tomorrow as well at 7 p.m. at the Insomnia Gallery. So definitely check that out if you're into art. And yeah, that's all I have going on. And that's so Houston. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Like every week, I can't just tell you everything that's going on in my city, but it's always so much stuff going on. Top five. Haven't done this one in a while. And I'm talking about top five. And this one's going to be real cute and sweet. And it's the top 5 summer bops of the summer of this year. Because yeah, I said summer bops, right? Yeah, I need to get ready to shut this down, y'all. I need to shut it down. Number 5 is actually a tie for me from the same artist. I'm talking about Bruno Mars. Even though 24 Karat, it's not really a summer bop, it's a summer bop for me. Like that one, and that's what I like. So at number 5, Bruno Mars. Number 4, Yo Gotti, Rake It Up. And this is the only Nicki Minaj verse that I know in my life from like start to finish. Like, yeah. Number 3, Magnolia, Playboi Carti. Very, very good song. I posted about this on Instagram, I believe yesterday. It's not giving you bars. It's not giving you life. It's no content like that. But you can dance to it. You can jig to it. Number 2, I didn't like this song when it first came out. So this is a song that really, really, really had to grow on me. And I'm talking about Wild Thoughts from Rihanna and Bryson Tiller. I think I like the song even more because I saw, like the little hot dog that they have on Snapchat. Well, someone's been going around creating dance routines, animation forms with that hot dog, but at least like 3 hot dogs at one time dancing together. And I saw it on Twitter, and I look at that little clip whenever I feel down, and they had really like just hitting it. And so now I love the song. And so number 1, which if you're keeping up what's going on in the music world, you should already know where I'm going with this. And it's my girl Cardi B, and I'm talking about Bodak Yellow. Hey, I should do that verse one week because that's another verse, or I know like the whole first verse of that song. So yeah, pretty iconic, and I'm definitely happy for Cardi B. Like, she has put in the work and she really can rap to me. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I have for the top 5 summer bops of 2017.
If I stop saying the word nigga, how am I going to describe nigga shit?
Dumb nigga shit. We already know where this is going. It's always something in here concerning Trump. Your president, not my president, right? And so with all the shenanigans still going on in the White House, he has the audacity to ask if he has the power to pardon himself and his family. How, Sway? How can you fix your mouth? Because if you're fixing your mouth to ask that question, that means you're guilty of something, and your family, B. Like, not just you. You want to cover everybody. I think at this point he would be better off just saying, I quit, I resign, and the investigations will probably go away. And nobody in the Trump family could ever run for president or any kind of office again in life. And they have to pack up their toys and go live in Russia with their best friend. How about that? The last one that I want to talk about is Julio Jones. I need you to come to the front of the room. He loses $100,000 earring in a lake. Number one, why are you wearing a lake? Wearing an earring or earrings while you're swimming in a lake or whatever you're doing on the lake. And then he hires a dive team to go find it. My dude. Now, if you're hiring a dive team to go find it, I need to hear that these earrings have special meaning to you or something. Because if they're that expensive, how come you don't have insurance on them? So you can just go get a new pair. Or if you have money like that, why you just can't go buy a new pair? And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, like, I don't spend a lot of money on the jewelry that I put on my body. Like the rings that I wear all the time, my earrings, they be fake as hell. I go to JCPenney's and I get these little rings that they have on sale under $15, but they look good. I get these cheap earrings from Groupon and JCPenney's or wherever else, and people can't tell the difference. I get compliments on my earrings all the time. I'm just not going to spend all that money. And just to go on a little tangent, like, I don't want to do spending that kind of money on me either, as far as like jewelry and stuff like that. Like, I'm fine with the cheap stuff. Like, call me cheap. I spend money where it counts. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. We must empower ourselves. We must empower ourselves with knowledge. We can't be afraid of knowledge. Knowledge is free. Knowledge will always be here. We have to know where we came from so we can stand firmly in where we are going and have the boldest confidence. Dropping jewels. Dropping jewels. I just want to just glow up a young female, a young woman who has become the first female and the first black female police chief in Dallas. And so, you know, all the stuff that went on in Dallas, I believe, last year. And so the black police chief that they had stepped on down, and now we have Miss Renee Hall that's going to be taking over as police chief in Dallas. And so it's good to see another person of color being a police chief in a city like Dallas. And when I say a city like Dallas, I mean like a big populated city where her thoughts on certain things going on in the world can definitely have an impact on how she runs that ship, is being the police chief. So I was definitely happy to see that, to see where everything is going to go. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed another installment of Oh You Thought Podcast. This is episode 22. If you're not following me on social media, please follow me, guys. Follow me on Instagram, OhYouThoughtFallon. You spell my name Fallon. Follow me on Twitter, Pretty N Smart 81. Pretty, the letter N, Smart 81. What else I got? Go to my website, OhYouThoughtFallon.com. Subscribe to the podcast. I'm on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and then some few other miscellaneous places out there in the world. If you use them, you can find me. So subscribe, comment, glow me up, pass me on, retweet me, talk about me, email me if you have questions for me, if you want me to give you advice on certain things, like whatever it is, email me, OhYouThoughtFallon@gmail.com. And yeah, I hope y'all have a lovely weekend. Again, I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening every day, because y'all don't listen just when I drop my new episode. Somebody's listening every single day, and I so appreciate it, and I love you for it. So thank you for making this podcast what it is so far, and I just plan on going to the top with it. So if you with it, keep riding with me and pass my information on, y'all. So with that, I will talk to y'all next week. Be blessed, y'all. Until next time, remember to glow up, bless up, stay prayed up, and hold it down.
Hold it down. Hold it down. We gon' hold it down. We gon' hold it down.